Hey there, this is Jay, and it is a little after 10 on Tuesday, November the 19th. It's a different kind of a day because I'm heading down to Nashville, Tennessee, for the Nashville edition of Youth Specialties National Youth Workers Convention. It's one of the things in ministry that I look forward to more than others. And today is the day that we get to, or I get to go down and do that. And I haven't really been one that has done the whole video blogging yet. But I thought since I was heading down, and it's going to be about a 9-hour ride alone with me and some good music, I thought I would just take the opportunity to document some thoughts and some things as I'm heading down, talking about youth specialties and the National Youth Workers Convention and kind of what I'm looking forward to and what I'm hoping and expecting God to do because of the conference. I guess the other thing for me on this is I was trying to figure out exactly how many conventions I've been to, and my first was in '99. I missed one in 2006, and I missed one in 2012. And I was racking my brain. I think I missed one in 2011. And I think if my math is correct, I think that's 11 NYWCs I've been able to attend. And so, having missed last year, I'm super stoked to be able to go to this year. So yeah, it's happening. I'm on the road. We're making the trip. And as the morning progresses, as the day goes on, as I get closer and closer, I'll come back and I'll share some things with you. But yep, we're traveling. There's the road. Right now we're heading towards Wheeling. So it's on. Nashville, here I come. National Youth Workers Convention 2013. We're gonna see you in a little while. All right, that's it for now. I'll be back in a little bit. My first YS National Youth Worker Convention was in November of 1999. It was held in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I had just started as the full-time youth director at a church in the South Hills area of Pittsburgh. And one of the first things that my new senior pastor said was that I'd have to go to a National Youth Workers Convention. And so the arrangements were made, and we were on our way to Cincinnati. My wife and I, at the time, we had 2 children. Our oldest was just a little over a year old, and our second was just a couple months old. And so our number one stayed behind with some very loving and caring friends of ours at the church that we had just met, and obviously the youngest one went with. But the thing I remember about my first NYWC is, when you're in youth ministry, I think sometimes you kind of get into this place where a lot of times you just feel like it's just you. I had been doing youth ministry for a couple of years already in kind of a volunteer role and a part-time role, and we had just left a Christian camp in the Central Hills of Pennsylvania, where we were working with students there, and got involved with the student ministry of the local church that we went to. But when you're in ministry like that, you sometimes just forget and you think that it's just you. And what got me that first National Youth Workers Convention in '99 was that I wasn't alone. I wasn't by myself. In fact, if memory serves, or if I'm somewhere close, there were like 3,000 youth workers at that convention. And for me, it was just a huge reminder that you're not alone in ministry. You have people that you can go to. You have others that you can network with. And I think what was really cool for me was that I realized that there are people just like me. There were people who looked the way I looked. There were people who dressed the way I dressed. There were people who talked the way I talked. There were people who had the passion that I had. There were people who loved students, loved pouring into students' lives. And for me, I realized that youth ministry wasn't something that just I've been called to, but that God was raising up a generation of youth workers to go and to love the students within the churches and within the communities. And I'll just never forget that first time, that first experience. It really did change my thoughts as to youth ministry. It changed who I was and how I thought about what I was doing. And it just made that little world that I knew become all that much bigger. And you just can't forget a thing like that. And so as I travel down to my 12th National Youth Workers Convention, I'm just excited now as I was in 1999 when we were on our way to Cincinnati. Alright, so I'm about an hour outside of Nashville. It is almost 5 o'clock their time, almost 6 o'clock my time, leaving Pennsylvania. And I don't have much memory left on the phone here, but I thought just in this last hour, and with the little bit of time I had left in my memory, I would say, or share at least what I'm expecting to get out of this weekend. Well, for me, this convention is twofold. I'm a volunteer this weekend, so that means that I will be serving alongside the YS team in their leadership of the convention. So that kind of puts me in a different place when it comes to thinking about the convention. This year I've been assigned to the big room, which is where they do the general sessions in the morning and in the evenings. So it'll be my first year doing that. This is my 4th year volunteering. The last 3 times I volunteered, I did so with the seminar team, who worked a lot with the speakers and the lecturers that did all like the seminars and breakouts and all that stuff. But this will be my first time volunteering with the big room team, so not fully aware of what to expect, although I know it's going to be a lot of work. So I won't be able to participate in the convention like normal convention goers participate. My number one job is to be a volunteer and to serve the YS staff and to serve the youth workers that are here this weekend. But with that, there is that opportunity to engage and have conversations with those who are attending and those who are on the volunteer team and all those other things. And there's the opportunity to participate in worship and to participate in the whole general session time, which is usually my favorite time of the conference. So with that said, here are my expectations. One, my first expectation is that I meet God here. I reconnect with God. Life's not always roses and good stuff. There's challenges, there's difficulties, there's struggles. We all face it, and I'm not immune to any of that. So I'm looking at this weekend as a time to reconnect with God, just to hear His voice speaking into my life, maybe confirm a few things for me in my ministry and with what He's called me to do nowadays. So that's number one. Number two is that I would just serve well. I want to be a blessing to the YS team, to the other volunteers, and of course to the youth workers who are attending. Man, so many youth workers have poured into my life, and now, 22 years later, I want to be able to pour into someone else's life, and so I want to be able to speak into a life of a young youth worker, and so I'm looking for the opportunity to do that. And I don't know how that's going to look or how that's going to unfold, or even if I'll get the chance to speak to someone or connect someone or meet with someone. But that's my second. My third expectation is to have fun. YS, if nothing else, is a good time. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the skit guys and laughing, and I'm looking to joining in on some of the fun stuff that takes place in and around, just hanging out with other youth workers and the camaraderie that is there on the volunteer team. And so that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping to get out of this weekend. Some clarity, some time with God, some good service, some good conversations, some neat interactions, maybe meet a few new people. Definitely want to catch up with some old friends that I know will be down here, and then just to have fun, just a good time with good friends. Hey, I'm going to sign off on this, and here's my hope is to try to do a little video blog every day at some point through the convention, and then put it up on the blog here. But I'm here, and I would love to meet. If you have been a reader of any of my blogs, or have followed me anywhere on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I would just love to meet you. Say hi, maybe grab a cup of coffee if we can. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear what God's doing in your life and in your ministry. So I will be tweeting and Instagramming and vlogging and writing throughout the convention as much as I possibly can. So go ahead and follow me. And if you can find me, let me know. Say hey. It'd be awesome to meet you. I will be serving in the big rooms, so if you're going to try to find me, that might be the best place to look. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing in that space during that time, but that's where I will be most of the convention. So, boy, I'd love to meet you and get to know you a little bit and hear your story. Follow me on Twitter. Username Jayhigham, Jayhigham. Instagram is the same. If you're on Facebook, you find me at Higham J, HIGHAMJAY. You can catch me there. And of course, we'll be blogging at jhigham.com. And that's where you'll find the videos, the blogs, the articles, any links, or anything else that I find or come across during the convention that I think you might like or want to see. All right, it's getting pretty dark, and I'm getting pretty close. So I'm going to shut down now, and we'll see you the next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Okay, so I wasn't going to do another vlog entry here for the first night of travels, but just got into the hotel, room. We're at the Renaissance, and I am on the 24th floor, and I thought you just might like to see this view out here of downtown Nashville that I get to see for the next 6 days. How awesome is that? That's very cool. Alright, so now to get settled and get some rest, because everything starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm gonna sign off, make some calls to the wife and kids, and then be done for the day. We'll see ya.